Welcome to Monday Night Chat Live, episode 11. And we have a very triggering title tonight. Do I make more money than you? It's supposed to be more of a fun conversation. Hey! And we have a special guest tonight. Hey!
We can't hear him now. See, he's having issues.
No. Oh, no.
Hold on, talk now, Alex. There we go.
I heard every awful thing you said about me.
Oh, no. Shoot, we're fired.
No, drat.
I heard your controversial topics.
Yes, very controversial.
All kinds of things.
Did you see the topic for tonight, Alex?
I heard it.
Very triggering. Do I make more money than you? Total trolling.
It's a great title, I think.
A troll? No way.
Speaking of all the people that are here, by the way, was that your intro? Are we done on the intro? Is that
we are done on the intro, Josh. That is it. That is my amazing intros. That's how we do them. That's it.
That's cool. We'll catch you on the outro. But what's up to first? Of course, Damien's first. What's up, Mr. Just Jacob? The window guys are here. Glass Monkey's here. We have Levi S is in the chat. Spotless Pain, what's up? Name brand, what's going on? If you guys are all here, I usually have a question, but I was going to say, tell me how much you make an hour. That's a tough question.
Oh man, these people are going to get crazy on this one. This is going to get crazy.
Get crazy. By the way, talk about the poll, because last week nobody won the poll.
Oh, so this week what we have to have is we had 200 likes for y'all to win a trad poll. Last week we got to 86, which is not even halfway there, so y'all failed. So this week you got to get to 200 likes. That's it. 200 likes and it'll be a free trad poll.
Like?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Make cheat a little. It's fine.
Okay. Luckily, Damien was one of the giveaway winners of a trad poll, I think, from WCR. So Damien received one anyways. So y'all could have been cool, but yeah, didn't work out. So this time, though, 200 likes, and we will do a trad poll giveaway.
I just have to say how great it is that Alex is wearing no sleeves.
It's summer, eh?
I finally got some color.
This is great. It's finally like what? It's got to be in the 60s over by you by now, huh?
It's pretty toasty. It's definitely toasty. It was a beautiful weekend. Just 80s, 70s. It was really nice.
So if people are watching, tell them about the new space that has now been leaked out there.
The new space. The new space is maybe 12 minutes up the road from where we are now. Double the space, all under one roof. We're currently kind of disjointed. We have our production. When I say production, where the poles are made, where the purification systems are manufactured, towels are folded, all that kind of thing. It's like up the hill in a little separate building, but now we're under one gigantic roof with lots of light, and it's gonna be pretty exciting.
Do you know, like, the greatest accidental troll ever was by you guys when you're like, oh, it's in Florida. And to people who live where you are, you know that there's like a Florida, New York, but everybody's like, oh, yeah, they're coming to Florida. And you're like, well, no.
Don't get that excited. It's Florida, New York.
I didn't know up until today that there was a Florida, New York, by the way.
Yeah, it's right next to a town called Pine Island, where like a giant portion of the country's onions are grown.
Oh, nice.
Fun
awesome.
fact.
That's great. Is it a brand new building, or are you guys renting space, or what are you doing?
It's a brand new. We are renting space in the new building, but it's a brand new building. It's not done yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so almost big. It's so great.
Almost done.
People always like the videos that you do, like in the warehouse, just because you're walking around and everybody's like Willy Wonka. Like, you remember what was it, like 5-minute shopping spree or whatever the show was called? Supermarket shopping spree. Yeah, everybody wants to do that. They don't realize how really, like, when you're like, oh my gosh, it's floor to ceiling. It's not a good thing when you're trying to find stuff and like be productive. Floor to ceiling is kind of bad.
Yeah.
But it's dope. It's the big one. It's gonna look like nothing. You guys are gonna get everything moved in the racks built. And you're gonna be like, this looks really just.
It already feels not like it's walled in, 'cause it's a 100,000 square foot building roughly, and it already feels smaller now that like we're walled in. But it's a lot of space.
It's a lot of space. It's good though. It's better to grow into than not have enough.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, I woke up a child.
Yep.
Yeah, so how to Reese? So
Oh, there she is. Superstar.
I'll be quiet, okay? Good night.
If you guys are watching, go ahead and give it the thumbs up. The poll giveaway is possibly going to happen if you guys can hit 200. So try to. Even if it's not for SteveO, give a thumbs up for me.
Yeah. Or for Alex. Yeah.
Or
Thanks,
Alex,
guys.
yeah. Thumbs up for no sleeves.
Yeah. No sleeves.
No sleeves.
I love the WCR tank top, by the way.
What's new coming down the line for anything for WCR product stuff that Alex, that anybody would like to hear about, you think?
Well, we got the new Xero Delight in. It's officially live and in the store. It's pretty nice. It's like a really well thought out pole. It's super lightweight. It's rigid. It just feels good.
Nice.
That's new. And we're in like the very infantile stages of another purification system.
Tell everybody if they're watching too, where does the Delight fit in? Like, there's no ratings for like, stiffness that people know, but like, where is it? Is it stiffer, lighter than which other poles?
It's lighter than the ultralight. It's also more stiff than the ultralight. Got to stack it up with the Destroyer and see where it sits stiffness wise. But the Destroyer is a heavy pole. It wasn't ever meant to be a lightweight pole.
Yeah.
It's intended for commercial use, 30, 40 and up. So it wasn't going for super light. It was going for maximum rigidity.
Dang. Off your brain, what's the weight difference, or what is the weight of the 40 Destroyer and 40 in Delight, or 30 and 30?
It's like 47 Delight, I want to say, and like, gosh, I got to refresh real quick. I can tell you in just a second.
Yes. We have all those listed right on the website. So
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Ryan Fuster's here, by the way. This thing that Ryan Fuster gave, make sure to give it on the video on SteveO's YouTube channel so that somebody can win the stinking poll.
All right. So the Delight at 47 feet is 6.7 pounds.
I think the Destroyer at 50 is like close to 10.
You're going to find out.
Ooh.
It is at 50 feet. It is, wow, SteveO, 9.57.
Boom.
So
boom. Boom.
It's the guy sitting in front of his computer clicking away is like, oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, no problem.
His face is flashing from the different like screens changing.
Don't tell anybody. Hey, stop.
Oh, man.
Why is it a delight? Okay, so that's a good question from Craig. Why is it a delight?
It's a delight to work with.
Okay, that's it.
Simple.
That's it.
We don't really go. We're not playing 4D chess here. It's just it's a delight.
I like that people think of this grandiose. Like this is gonna watch this. What does it mean? I don't know. We put light into the random generator and it came with delight, and we're like, cool.
But it was D-light.
Spelled all weird and then that's how Post Malone got famous or got his name. He just like put his name in one of those random like what's my rapper name, and then it told him his name is Post Malone. He's like, cool, that was it.
And that seems about right for Post Malone.
Yeah, right. I accidentally stepped onto fame. Crap.
He put his face in an automatic tattoo generator.
Hey, here's a good question from KT's Window Cleaning. What is a good reel to use for the 5/16 hose? We do so many reels with like 3/8 hose. What would be a good reel other than like electric cord orange one from like Home Depot or Lowe's that would actually work for 5/16 hose?
All of them, because it's 5/16 hose. It's so skinny and pliable that you could literally put it on like any type of reel, from like you said, extension cord reel to fancy. The only problem is if you buy a big like fancy reel, it has a high pressure swivel on it, like a pressure washing one. And those swivels alone are $100, $150 for the swivel. So you're paying that much more for a reel. So getting something simplistic saves you money.
Yeah. Just a cheap Amazon reel.
Yeah. Just like the little orange electrical reels that you pick up from Home Depot or Lowe's fit like 200 feet of that easily.
We had, you know, the ones with the little stands that kind of, it's all built into the reel. That's what we had because it was so easy. But those things you just throw in the back of the truck. The whole thing with hose weighs like 2 pounds, you know. And if it breaks on accident, it's a $10 reel, you know.
Right.
You're gonna warranty that?
No one has warranties like us.
You could say that again.
There's one little thing that, I mean, I know that we do that, but like we've had people who have sent us pictures of obviously towels we don't even sell. And they're like, oh, we want new towels. It's like, we don't even sell those ones, but we're not going to argue with them. Just send them more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I try not to like be on top of like every little thing like that, but I do get the Bridie in the office who handles most of the warranty things will come back to me and be like, can you look at this? Should we do it? It's like, yeah, sure. Do it. Just do it.
Let's do it. I would, if you know numbers, like what do you send out in like free stuff every month, would you say? From like warranties and things, do you know, like giveaways, like all that?
We probably warranty 2 to 4 items a day, easily. I mean, just volume wise.
Yeah.
But like put that in perspective. Last Tuesday, Wednesday, coming off that big sales weekend, we shipped in those 2 days well over 1,000 orders. So
yeah,
like, on an average day, we're shipping 350 orders. So that's not bad.
Yeah. No, and you know, the thing is that we really try not to sell junk. Cause I mean, there's been products before, I won't mention names, but that we've had and just been like, this isn't working. This is crap. Like we can't even sell this, you know, there's after support. But if you get something from Unger and something breaks, like there's a batch that, you know, people said that the handle was cracking in one of the Ninjas, I think, or one of the regular T-bars. It's like, we just warranty that. It's not our product, but we stand behind it more than any other company does, you know?
Yeah, it's like just the right thing to do. Like we warranty one thing that's happening now, like the new Fugu flick pads, the little squares, the stitching's coming out. Like, are we going to make someone go through the hassle of waiting, contacting Mormon, waiting for this, or just send it out? We keep a spreadsheet of all weird stuff like that and just ask for a credit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like that just happened when like the new Fugu style came out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was just like, the stitching was totally just not up to par.
Yeah.
Especially the 18s. I think they were just coming loose first time on everybody. It just sucked.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
But we don't want to make that frustrating for the customers. We'd rather just
right.
give it up.
People Jacob asked you, Alex, did you find the strip washer that he asked about from Japan? Do you remember this?
Toa.
Toa?
Toa.
What is that?
It's a Japanese company. I don't know if they're like still around anymore, but Jacob asks a lot of questions.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So there's your answer. That's your answer, Jacob.
Toa, yeah. I can make a note of that and hit them up tomorrow.
Oh, here's the big question from Joseph M. Traditional squeegee or water-fed pole? Take it away, Jersey.
Oh, well, it absolutely depends on what you're doing it from. Like somebody said the other day, somebody had posted something about how they love their new water-fed pole and something, and the guy was like, "Oh, I guess you're not using that in somebody's garage or something weird." I'm like,
yeah, you're right.
Well, of course, I said
I had a customer the other day that asked me like, okay, so like when I use this inside, do I put like a tarp down? That happened.
Sir,
that happened.
I'm going to need you to step away from the phone.
I said, I think it's time to backtrack a little bit and let's just start with squeegees and let's start from there. And then let's move into water fed after that. But that's just going to be, we're already thinking right there. The after customer service is going to be rough. Like it's going to be really bad.
Yeah, we don't sell enough floor mops for that or shop vacs.
My grandpa left me a floor squeegee. Do you guys sell the rubber to replace that? I just need one.
That was a common thing when we first started selling black diamond rubber. We didn't explain well enough that it was different than normal rubber, how it ships to you. It's 2 pieces together. So it's like that, right? It's like that thick. And people were freaking out. You sent me rubber for a floor squeegee.
We did get that. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of that.
But you know what? As a customer service person, it hurts but feels good when you're like, just take each side of it, hold it with your finger, and then pull apart. And they're like, I did. and then they get quiet on the phone. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But hey, we did a poor job of explaining that.
That's the easiest fix though, too, is like if somebody like, you know, their pre-filter's clogged and they're like, this system's getting no water. And you're like, change the filter. And they're like, oh, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Perfect. That's easy. I like easy ones.
Yep. Save my number.
Here's a question for you, Alex, from Glass Monkey Window Cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what Alex's favorite T-bar is from a guy who has seen them all, I'm sure.
I cleaned my sliding glass doors and front door, some random windows on Saturday, and I used a 20-year-old Unger Ergotech.
Wow. Like the green plastic style?
Mm-hmm.
The one that
twist
people
on,
pay you big bucks for now?
Not a twisty one. It's just like it's like the same one that's still out. It's just like 20 years old.
Yeah.
I find the Ergotech tools comfortable in my hands.
Yeah.
I just like them.
I'm a big fan of the Ninja, everything Ninja, except the channel. I don't like the external clips, but
I get that.
the Ninja's well made. I really like it.
So I don't know, Alex, if you've watched this show at all, but a big thing is one clip or two clip. It's this dumb thing that Josh started telling people that they should use one clip in their squeegees. And people have been following them, unfortunately. So the question is for you, and I think I actually know your answer, but
you do
one clip or two clip? Yeah.
Clipless.
Because you're an Unger Ergotech guy, right?
Just give me
That's
that
channel. Yep.
So
There's your answer.
hypothetically, you know, if you had to choose, you know, two clip or one clip, what would you say?
That's the dumbest question ever.
It's the dumbest theory ever. The one clip, two clip argument.
No, I mean, like, you know, doing years of like storefront work with backflip. I would always put two in there, Josh. Guilty.
That's okay.
Guilty.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Sorry.
started this thing. It is the new soap wars, by the way. People, the one clip and two clip thing, people will live and die one clip, two clip. It's great.
Who are these people?
Amazing people. That's who they are.
Amazing people.
I don't know.
They're people that follow Josh. That's it. That's it.
Who are these people?
Oh, man. Here's a question from Best Window Cleaning. Is it okay to use an orbital buffer with hard water cleaner like BioClean or Diamond Magic, or the buffer to be too harsh and scratch? Do not use a polisher with Diamond Magic because of the small fragments and it can scratch. If you're going to use a polisher like some sort of compound Unger rub out, I think you could technically use BioClean because it doesn't have anything like it in Diamond Magic.
I was going to say I wouldn't use BioClean. I find
Okay.
BioClean pretty gritty as well. I would use something
really?
super mellow, like the Mr. Hard Water, that micro mineral powder. That stuff works really well, and it's a powder you mix into a slurry, so like there's no big particulates in there.
Have you used the new hard water by Glass Renew, the hard water kit? It's amazing.
Personally, I have not.
It's really good. I finally got one from Cody. I'm like, he kept, I'll send you one. I'll send you one. I send you one. Last time I saw him, I'm like, could you just give me one of those boxes? He's like, yeah. And I used it. It works amazing. It's because you could use it on like a regular like orbital sander now. Yeah.
Smart.
Wow.
It's really good.
Super smart.
Wow.
Here's one, Steve, that you passed. The squeegee
What?
puller, kind of like Steven telling Jersey how to make a decent TikTok. So simple, but he just can't get it. I think he's talking about you just not being able to get it, you know, kind of get to my level on TikToks.
Josh is like the oldest guy on TikTok who's doing it kind of right.
What's that? What'd you say?
You're like one of the oldest people on TikTok kind of doing it right.
That's great. That's the greatest thing ever I've pretty much ever heard.
You're welcome.
Like, you know, just
it was a dig, but a compliment.
But you win the comment. I like that.
The Windows guys has a very important question: Mayo or Miracle Whip?
Mayo. Come at me with Miracle Whip. Who are you? Who are you? Are you Mike Nichols? He's a Miracle Whip kind of guy.
He is.
Miracle Whip craft
He's just going
singles.
on an accusation.
I'm betting.
Question from Joseph M. Wait, what is this? Question is about squeegee cleaning: DI water or tap water to make cleaning solution? Doesn't matter.
As soon as you add soap to it, it's not pure and it doesn't. It's just regular water now.
As soon as you put the strip washer in it, as soon as you put it on the windows, it's.
Oh, this is great. Did you see what he just said? The squeegee pull? Laugh my ass off. Shadow ban. What Jersey said when his TikToks flop.
We should do a promo. Like, we're still shadow banned on TikTok, so subscribe.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I got that off, by the way.
So you actually did get banned for a bit from TikTok when that.
Well, there was a sound. There was a sound that they
horrible
must have
TikTok.
pulled for copyright, and like everybody who used the sound got hit with it, and then they put the sound back on, and then everything went back to normal. So it was like some weird copyright thing. It was Willy Wonka song, by the way.
It was the Johnny Depp stuff, man, when all that stuff was going on.
That's probably what it was.
Were you using
Great
like
drama.
hashtag Amber Turd or anything?
Did you watch any of that stuff, Alex?
I honestly, I don't care to be that voyeuristic, but
I know.
I could not escape
Don't
it.
say you know. SteveO watched the whole thing. He was
I watched the whole thing. Yeah.
No, I could I could care less about that, but like you couldn't escape the funny clips. Like they were just clips that were like funny, like her saying I stepped on a bee.
Yeah.
Or no, my dog stepped on a bee. And then like everyone doing that face.
That's the greatest thing, how like stuff like that, like some little itty bitty thing just takes off. I didn't know who Amber Heard was. I never heard of her. Now people know her as being that line.
Watching it, I was like, I think that's the chick from Aquaman. The kids like watching Aquaman, and like, okay, that's the only thing I know her from.
Well, she's been canceled, so now you have to throw Aquaman out, and the kids can't watch Aquaman anymore.
Oh man, it's right on top of all the Paw Patrol garbage.
Yeah.
Alex is probably the only one in this whole group right now that knows all the Paw Patrol characters' names.
I could rattle them off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know one.
You will.
I would. This is true.
Or you'll know some other dumb thing that is going to
whatever the next colorful ADHD thing that's on TV goes. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, we're at the stage where he doesn't know anything what's going on TV. So it's like, yeah, there's no questions being asked. Can't talk yet. So it's great.
Yet. One day you'll be like, oh, you know what's kind of nice? I'll let him watch a little TV and I got a bunch of stuff done. Next thing you know, Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. Victor Garul, how often do you guys wash your pole brushes, boar's hair, and hybrid brushes? I personally don't do it very often. I'm not huge on it, but to clean them, you could just put them in like a bucket of pure water, let them sit overnight to clean them out, flush them out, and that's about it. But I don't think you really need to make like a soapy solution to clean them.
No, I wouldn't. You wouldn't want any, especially boar's hair. You would not want anything to stay on those fibers.
Let me ask you a question, Alex. In your days of window cleaning, did you ever try to add soap when you were doing water fed pole?
I use Tucker tablets.
Okay.
That's technically a silica additive, so that wouldn't fall in the soap realm. But technically.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
I'm saying that's
my
like
answer.
People ask all the time about soap, like, how do you get soap on your thing? I got these windows that I need soap. Literally 5 times a week somebody's asking that across all platforms. So it's a very, very common question for that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can. Unger has that soap dispenser, but like the more you do that, you're just creating a lot more rinsing. And I could see maybe if it's like one spot where you really feel like you need something, but
the only thing that really doesn't come off is like grease, though, like oil or grease. Like if you're like next to an interstate or like in a trucking yard or something, and then you have to like really kind of simple green the windows anyway with a brush and then go over it. But
yeah,
just doesn't happen. It didn't happen to me a lot. Maybe I'm in the wrong area, but.
Here's a good question from Craig. On training an employee, how long does it take before you and expect an employee to fan and clean a window on my 3rd week of training my first employee? So how long would it take for you to expect for an employee to fan, clean a window?
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Like if they show up to work and don't complain, let them take a little longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they have a positive attitude, let them take a little longer. Like some people will have it after 2 days and others are going to like struggle for a month.
I actually saw an employee that we used to have today, I haven't seen him for 2.5 years, and he was cleaning windows, and I was like for 3 months on him about fanning, and I just luckily I don't have to look at his work anymore. But he's just sitting there every single one, just straight pulling everything and super hard, just white knuckle, just everything. And I was just like, all that time, just but I don't have to, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't have to say anything.
So is he like working for somebody else now, or does he have his own business?
No, he's working for Jim still.
Okay.
Yeah, who I used to work with. But it was just really funny because he used to fight me on it as far as like fanning or straight pulling, because the other guys worked with the straight pull, but they would somehow do like a really good job with it. And then I taught him fanning. He was with me for like a week. He did so good. And then he saw other people do it the other way. And it's easier. It's just easier to do it. And yeah, so that's what he went back to. But I'm more at the attitude now of like, you know what? If it looks good, it looks good. And the same thing as you, like if they come to work and they're happy and they're good to work with, that's like all that matters. You can deal with like squeegee mistakes and you can teach that, but you cannot teach like work ethic.
Yeah. Or just a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's see here.
Well, guys, you mind if I step out?
You have kids or something, or what's going on? Huh? Huh?
I'm pooped. We did dinner, played hangman, we did words and reading. So yeah.
All righty,
I'm
man.
gonna go sit down for a few minutes.
Okay.
I don't sit all day, so I just want to sit.
I hear you.
Thanks
No
for
worries.
having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Let's do this again.
Okay.
Okay.
We will.
I'll see you in the morning.
Nice meeting you.
Oh, okay. Jersey with a J.
Let's see here.
That was
very nice
special.
to have Alex. Yes, he's always nice to have.
Now we can get the viewers back.
That man has a lot of knowledge. Very, yeah.
Nonchalant knowledge.
We go to for knowledge, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. All right. Questions. KT's window clean. What's your favorite water wetter additive for hot days? Lots of questions tonight, which is great. So thank you guys. I use high slide or super slip. It's the exact same thing. So really like either one, it is for me, that's what I've used. So
Whatever's in stock.
Yeah. So that's the best one. If you guys have used a water additive that you like, comment and tell us what you've used and what you like to use. Some people just do less soap in the summer. I mean, that totally works as well, because you'll notice like you put a bunch of soap on that mop and you put that up on a hot day, that thing is dry so quick. And I have found there's certain soaps like the Mormon detergent that dries super quick. Anytime I ever use that, I could really notice really good smell, but dries super fast.
Yeah. Have you ever used an additive for just heat, like to slow the I would like to know, because I've never done it. I've never even used it other than one time for like the slip, but I would like to know how much it really changes. Does it like super noticeable? Does it stay wetter that much longer, or is it like in your head?
What I notice more of is, yes, it does. But I tell people it's like seconds. Like don't plan on that. Like, oh, I'm going to go venture off for a minute and come back.
Take my lunch.
Yeah, exactly. But I noticed that it gives you a little bit more time, but also just the glide of going over the glass is better with it in your solution. So that's the other thing too. It just helps with glide. So,
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Oh, I think I missed a question. Oh, you put that there too. But yeah, I don't know if I missed anything. Well, oh, Glass Monkey. Let's see here. You guys have talked about there being only one or two manufacturers of bronze wool in the country. Is that something that a company like WCR could outscore and get manufactured in the future? So I think the issue with bronze wool is that from what we've seen is that the kind that they're wanting to sell now is 3/0, and you'll see that descriptions on other distributors, and they say 3/0.
What they get you to is they say ultra, so you have to have the ultra fine class, because in bronze wool is fine, but other companies, they sell fine, which is what you're saying is 3/0, but they consider it fine, not ultra fine, and that's how they're tricking people.
Yeah. So I have had people get bronze wool from other distributors and like it, but for what we received from what we were getting it from, it was super, super pokey. But I think the problem is that, yes, if it ever came back, I think we would just grab it as fast as we could.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just not happening for some reason. And I think it's what we see is just that the window cleaning market, as much as we see, you know, all these items come out, it's small. So for another company to like sew up these pads and only get to sell them for $8 to $9, like how much work maybe goes into each one of those pads. And they look at it and they say, and I don't know if that's what it was with the company exactly, but it kind of seemed like it was.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, it takes a lot more effort to make ultra fine than fine, but yet, and nobody in any other industry has an issue with fine versus ultra fine. So like the bronze wool really comes from like wood polishing and burnishing, and they're fine with it. It doesn't matter the grade. So it's like, you know, in the ammo shortages, they're like, why would I make a 22 round when I can make a bigger round for the same price? And then they change that.
Right. Joseph M had a good question. How often should commercial and residential places get their windows cleaned? That is really up to the customer. But commercial, if you were thinking about like high rise or low rise, high rise, I don't really know how often those type of buildings get cleaned. You may know more about that, but like low rise is usually quarterly, bi-yearly, once a year. Residential here in the US, people sometimes will do it like monthly. That's a little bit more rare here in the US, but most of the time it's twice a year from what I see. In and out once, outside again before usually the winter or something like that, or flip vice versa. But that's what I usually see as far as commercial and residential frequencies.
Yeah. Commercial, if I can get every 6 months, I'm happy on commercial because it fills my pre-spring, pre-fall. And then residential, if you're doing the dentist close with everybody knows, then it should be every 6 months. I have something. There's 40 people in here. Let me just jump in real quick. 43 people. You 43 people that are here are going to be the first people to hear this, by the way, because me and SteveO were just talking about it before this episode, that we are having a contest between SteveO and I. So you can beat Team SteveO all you want. I won't hate you. But we're going to have a weight loss contest from tomorrow morning until the huge convention.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just saying, hashtag one clip, two clip is going to be a thing of the past now.
How much are we wagering?
We're going to be doing $5,000 between us.
Oh man. Team SteveO. I already see it. Team SteveO.
No, that's
it.
That's your mom. Is she on here?
That's most likely. If you don't know, sitting at a desk, or I'm really bad about sitting, Josh is really good about standing, but I have definitely noticed that since not being like an active window cleaner, it is not as easy to keep the weight off, especially with the diet of being a route work window cleaner. You drink lots of sodas and stuff. I'm really bad about that. I know some people are, you know, it's so funny. On my channel for years, when I would drink like energy drinks and videos, there'd be some people like, Steve, just have a glass of water and an apple. Like, why do you always have energy drinks? I'm like, because I like the sugar. Like it's so bad, but that's just like the way I am. So bad.
I do like a pre-work first thing. So I fast like my normal day, but like no, it's not as fancy as you think. No, but I have a pre-workout, and like I'll stop that. I'll like not have a bang or like a pre-workout for like a couple days, and I'm like, I miss being able to like read in the morning, you know, or like see things. I gotta drink something. I
started doing pre-workout again with Monsters, and I started getting heart palpitations just lately. So that was a good sign to stop. I'd be like sitting there and be like, oh geez, what is going on? So I stopped pre-workout, and I stopped everything for a few days, and it all went away. And I was like, man, like, yeah, it just doesn't matter.
All these team jerseys coming on. Look at Jaron. One clip and team
just Jaron.
Hey, we don't even know who it is. It may be a secret person. We don't know. Jeremy Pummel. If you're Team Jers, I'm cool. Just Jacob, we already knew that one. But everybody else, if you're Team Jersey, we could do side bets. You know, it's good. It's gonna help us be motivated.
See, but even JP's here says I had that exact experience with Monsters. But you drink Bangs though, the sugarless Bangs, right?
Yes, yeah, but I mean, really, the like stuff that's in it. Like you've taken pre-workouts enough time to know that. Like when your ears get hot, like something's in there that is making you like.
Oh man, this is going to sound bad. It's going to sound really bad. I love the itchiness that comes from, because it just like wakes you up. You're like sitting in your van or sitting in your truck driving. You're like, oh man, I gotta get in there, work out.
Yeah, I get it in my lips and then in the tops of my ears. What was your pre-workout? What was your favorite pre-workout?
That's such a good question from Hallman Window Washing. Why drink a bang with no bang?
It has tons of bang. It just doesn't have any of the sugar. I don't do sugar. So
have you ever worked with like anybody that just drinks like tons of energy drinks throughout the day, as in like multiples?
That's gross. Like if I even if I have something too late in the day, I'm like jacked at night. Like what I was doing. So I go up to the land, you know, that's like my recluse place. And I would drink like a diet soda or something. Like I'd have those all night because I don't drink alcohol either. Because, you know, I'm a stick in the mud. And I would have too many of those and I would like hallucinate at night. I would like wake up 40 times, like see stuff out the window. And I'm like, what is going on? And I realized it was the caffeine. I'm just getting old. So I gave caffeine in the morning.
Me and my brother a few years ago used to play indoor soccer together. And I was working out a lot at the time. So I was taking pre-workout. And one day he said, hey man, like, could I just try some of the pre-workout before like our soccer game? So I gave him some. Man, he played fast and he like got so mad. He's like, I never slept, never went to bed, nothing. I was like, yeah, well, that's how it goes. That's how it is.
I drink one bang at 7 in the morning. And then I drink 1 cup of coffee, a 10-ounce cup of coffee with butter, because keto. I drink that at 10 a.m. And that's all I'll drink. Like I'll try not to do anything else. It's just water the rest of the day.
That's good. I don't know how you guys do the. Oh wait, let's get onto this real quickly. How much do you think you weigh? Because somebody asked, what's our weights right now?
Ooh, I would like to know, other than just Jacob, what does everybody think I weigh? Because everybody thinks I'm like 5'6".
Yeah.
I meet them in real life, and they're like, "Oh, you're not who I thought."
Yeah. What in the comments? Such a weird question to ask. What do you think we weigh? And then we will tell you. I will tell you what I weigh. I have no problem telling you that, but we will tell you that here in a few minutes. Holy crap! Damien thought.
Wait, hold on.
265.
I think he's talking about you. Damien's talking about you, which I think is just unacceptable, Damien. But I'm pretty sure that
Jersey's about 7 feet
super
tall.
Skinny guy, I think. Wow.
225 Steve, 265 you. 265 you.
I was 265. I used to be like 270, man.
SteveO 178. I wish. SteveO 200. I wish.
Dang. Maybe I don't hold my weight as good as I thought because no one's even close to what I weigh.
If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady.
Damn,
oh man,
65. Come on, who's Air Bit? Is the closest?
So nice. Oh man, I feel like that's a pretty good amount of numbers down there to tell them what we do weigh.
It's so sad. There's so many sad ones out there.
Wow. And then okay, how tall are you really? You're 6'5"?
I'm 6'3".
6'3".
6'2", 6'3".
I'm 6'2". Josh had a problem with this down in Miami. He claimed that I wasn't 6'2", but I'm 6'2".
How am I that much taller than you if you're 6'2"?
I don't know, man.
All the short guys.
You may be 6'5" and just not know.
5'11" and a half.
I don't know. So I am 229, 6'2".
I'm 6'2", 220 this morning. 221 technically.
So I am fatter. And it is fat. Trust me.
Good. I just I don't get offended easily, but I'm saddened that people are so off. There's a lot of 265s, like an uncomfortably large number of 265s.
There was a lot of 265s. Hey, at least you didn't see any 300s. That's, that would really.
Well, now they will be. They're great.
Yes. Real quickly, back to, yes, I have baby weight. That is exactly right. I have baby weight, and that's what's gone on. When Alex got pregnant, I got pregnant. And I wanted to eat a lot, and that was simple as that. Real quickly here, we'll venture into a question about water-fed pole. But Lee Wallace asked, what is the best water-fed pole system for entry level? It's not really about entry level. It's about more of how often you're going to use it, where you're using it, just the water quality, and that decides on the purification system. And then from there, you can go through the different levels of poles and all that stuff. But you can contact Josh or I, and we can kind of walk you through that as far as that goes. But most people would usually start with the DI only system if they're in an area with like low minerals in the water. And then people who are going to use it often or are in hard water areas will most likely invest in an RODI system. It's better to kind of do your research in the beginning with that and bite it in the butt and buy what you need rather than just getting a DI if you're in a hard water area to save money. That is never a good idea for your future. I get sometimes trying to save money, but you're going to kick yourself later on.
I told somebody literally just like maybe an hour ago, and he gave me a thumbs down rating on the chat because he was like, what is your cheapest pole? I'm like, well, the cheapest pole that I would say money-wise is going to be the Pro Basic. That's like the lowest in my brain I'll go. And he's like, what about the M9? I'm like, I wouldn't spend the money on an M9 when I could get a Xero Pro Basic. And he's like, yeah, but what about the M9? I'm like, I wouldn't recommend it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to recommend it. I said, what's your system? He's like, I'm building a DIY myself. I'm like, see, you're going about this all wrong. Like you could just for like $2,000, 2050 is actually what the price is. You can have a pole and the Revolution and have like pro gear. Like what are you at now? $1,000? Like, why don't you just save $1,000? What do you make that in like a week? You'll have that in profits. Why not just wait and get the right one? And he told me I wasn't helpful and then thumbs down me.
Oh man.
It's hard when people want you to say what they want you to say instead of really what you want to say, but
right.
There's no need.
Oh yeah. It happens all the time. But then from there, you could, the cool thing is with water fed is like you can get the basics and then you can add on, just like you add on traditional tools and try out new things. There's always things to try out and stuff like that with it. So it makes it good.
Well, we do have like a hydro station for 13 grand. So when people are like, Luke just gave a thumbs down. Right? The hydro station's there and people always assume that when you try to sell them like an RODI, like, I don't want that. I want an entry level. And it's like you said, it's not entry level if it's type of system. Like if you're talking about entry level price for what you need that works for you, a Revolution hypothetically is the cheapest non-proprietary system that we sell with the best warranty of any system. That doesn't mean that it doesn't produce pure water like the $13,000 system. But if somebody needs to run, 4 guys out in the middle of an oil field, well, they're not running a Xero Revolution. They're going to run the hydro station,
Yeah. Let's have a little fun here for the last 15 minutes. I actually saw this question, and this is kind of where like our title came. It wasn't supposed to be like a rude title, but what is either, if you'd like to share in the comments, what's your highest hourly rate you've ever made, or what's your highest daily amount you've ever made? And just feel free to just be free with it and just yeah. Like,
I thought you were going to say, how much does everybody think that Luke the window cleaner weighs? Because he's here. Man. I thought he would get on that. I would like to see that because he would be the opposite. By the way, Luke, if you're watching, people think I weigh 270 pounds and things. So
265, sometimes 300. They're not quite sure, but they're trying to figure it out. It's funny. Luke comes in and they're like, Luke, 1 clip or 2 clip? Luke, I know, is a 2 clipper. He has to be a 2 clipper. He would never. Nice. And what we're talking about, Luke, is in your Ettore Master Brass channel. I'm pretty freaking sure that you always use 2 clips.
It's one. He's a smart fella. It's got to be
very smart.
If he says 2, it's
he's
only so because
smart, he would never use 1 clip. All he's answered with so far is $1. So, that's how much that's the most you've made in a day, Luke. This is not good.
Or the least.
Clips. He uses 3 clips.
Luke's on another level.
He is on another level. This is very true.
You want to know something?
Look, what?
The lowest that I've ever made on a job was negative $312 because one of my guys broke a antique perfume bottle, which wasn't an antique perfume bottle. It was like TJ Maxx. And this chick just went all up in arms and I ended up paying her a lot of money. And that one crew lost $312 for the day.
So what? How did this begin? I'm sorry.
So my guys were at the job cleaning, and actually the second half of the day was a rain day, so it was really a half day. But what happened was the guy hit a perfume bottle that was sitting on the tub with the back of his pole, knocked it into the tub, broke it. It broke. Well, it was like a TJ Maxx, whatever. But he cleaned it up, brought it to her. He was like, "I'm so sorry, this happened." She freaked out and said that this was an antique
Wow.
An antique family heirloom crystal perfume bottle that she just happened to be sitting by her house, where nothing else in the house costs more than $1.50, I don't think. But yeah, so we ended up losing money. I made negative money that day on that crew.
Oh, I've shared this story a couple of times. We had a lady who tried to charge us $800 for a mirror that we never broke, and then basically we said no, we're not paying it, and then she basically just put a bad review everywhere she could. Never heard the business though. Real quickly, question from Roman. Yo, how often should you change resin? I've changed the filter 3 times so far. And today the customer's water was like 97 TDS, and through the filtration, it came down to like 15 to 20. Is it time to change? Yeah, time to change at 15 to 20 for sure. You'd want to be below 10 for sure. Depends on what system you got there too. As kind of far as like what's going on, how often you're changing it. I'd like to know more, I guess.
There could be an error if you're changing it a ton, you know, or you're not packing it tight enough, or you're testing it out of the brush and not the system, which I didn't know was a thing that people didn't know, but you cannot test your TDS out of the brush. It will always show TDS. You can't get 0 because especially the brushes, if you're having a hybrid, it holds dirt in there. So look at people be like, oh man, I just got this and it's showing 14. And I'm like, are you testing it out of the brush or out of the system? They're like, out of the brush. Like, test it out of the system. Oh, great. It's like 1.
Man. Crazy amounts in here. Jeremy Pump.
Joseph M.
May from 0. Dang.
Ooh. Joseph M said, what is the oldest age of a person that you know who was able to be self-employed from cleaning windows?
Oh, for me, I would have to say, I don't know his age, but this guy had to be in his late 70s, and he's a root work cleaner here, like along the Front Range, and you'll see him every once in a while. And the dude just, it's all he does is business storefronts. He works all day long. That's usually where you see the oldest window cleaners, I find.
Yeah.
Because I mean, residential, there comes a time where it's like, no.
They've been doing that for 30 years. They just wake up and do the same route, and they just love the mundane, you know?
Yep.
We had the oldest window cleaner that was in our city ended up having to get taken off a building by the fire department in a ladder truck because he got his rope grab above his parapet, so he was stuck. And he was just stuck there, and he just waited. He didn't have a phone because he's just an old timer, so he just waited there until somebody was like, "You've been up there a really long time." He's like, if you could call the medical people, that would be great. And they just like pulled him off. Then we won the contract the next year because he retired from Windows, but he was also in like his 70s. John Lee, by the way, he's in his 60s, still cleaning.
Is he still clean?
Well, he still owns a company. I think he gets out there sometimes, but
I love pissing people off with this root crap.
Yeah, root. Hashtag root. Do you see the stuff that like triggers? It's great. By the way, if you guys didn't know, we are giving away a free carbon fiber trad pole. You just have to give 200 thumbs up. So if you haven't thumbs up now, just freaking thumbs up. It costs you nothing to thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah, and if there's 58 people watching, just all give a like. It gives you all the more possibility to get a trad pole. Boom.
And Victor is 54. He looks really good in his profile picture.
Yeah. What's going on, man? That's crazy, though. I mean, but I feel like, do you feel like you talk to a lot of like window cleaners like in their 50s who are still very, very active in window cleaning, even some in their 60s? Like,
those are the ones that are arguing you, by the way. If you ever get in a fight about something, it's the ones that have been doing it for 30 years and they know.
Yeah. And it's the ones that used to use like the old wood ladders or paid 50 cents for a whole stack ladder set. And they want to yell at you about the new prices. And it's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. I know a guy using wooden stacks still.
That's impressive. But hey,
crazy.
If they work.
Have you ever used a wooden ladder? Like, have you ever, like, not as a window cleaner, but did you have one as a kid? I know you're a little bit younger than me, but like.
We had the wooden A-frames at our house. My dad, I think, still has like a 10-foot one, but you get to that top, and I've cleaned the windows in their house with it a couple times, and you get to the top, and you're like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, this doesn't sound too good.
Yeah. When you use the wooden extension ladders, the rungs, like, I don't know that they were even supposed to, but they like kind of rattled. So you were walking up this thing that you felt like you were walking up bones. You know, it was like it was probably our crappy wooden ladder we've had for 50 years, but.
How long do you think someone should allow to use an aluminum ladder before replacing an aluminum ladder?
That's a good question, actually, because there's like expiration dates, like car seats. Like you're
Is
not
there?
supposed to have a car seat longer than like 5 years or something.
Because I was actually on my ladder today, and I've had this ladder since I've had it for 10 years, and I've almost used it every day.
Yeah.
And it's the same levelers. Yeah. And then all of a sudden my levelers felt like a little shaky today. And I was thinking, I wonder if it's just time, like if this thing's just going to fall apart one day.
Yeah. You know what I think though is like, what could really go wrong if you inspect your stuff? Like we inspect our stuff, even visual, like not crazy. I don't put, magnets or whatever,
Right.
MRI. But if you look at it and there's no major cracks, I just don't get why a ladder can go bad. I know it's a whole cover your butt thing from the ladder companies, but I bought a ladder.
That's what I don't like about like the Little Giants or stuff like that. Like I do not like Little Giants, but I started on Little Giants like a long time ago. But there's little things like the things you bring out to like make the movement and stuff. Those little things can break. I've seen those break on people. That's why I just love like Warner extension ladders, man. Warner extension ladders always been the best.
I like stacks. Stacks are just like so simple. Like if the pins are there, like and the yoke's there, like it can't go anywhere. Like there's no, it doesn't fail, it doesn't fall, it doesn't. I did have a truck one time, a semi truck. My work truck was parked. I had two ladders, a 24 and a 32, and a semi was backing out and hit both ladders and just bent them. So like he came in, he's like, "Who's the window cleaner?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to get a lead." And he was like, "I just destroyed all your ladders." Like,
I got to buy some new ladders.
Yeah. I did get new ladders out of that deal, but what's sad was bringing ladders to like the junkyard to scrap them. They were like, because you can't fix a ladder. Like technically, you're not supposed to at all fix a ladder.
Oh dang!
So I was like, well, new ladder time.
Hey, what is this? Craig says this. What about the guys who get 30% off J Racing Sign because they've been ordering supplies for 30 years?
I've never heard of that.
Like
I don't even think they're running 30% margins.
Hey, so this is a question for you, Josh. Roman asks, Jersey, when you did power washing, did you have a trailer setup or use pressure washer to soft wash?
I did both. I had an enclosed trailer. I got rid of an enclosed trailer and bought a F550 super like galvanized bed. It was amazing. I would always recommend to go with a big like flat bed over a trailer. And then I also had portable open bed trailers for the other roof cleaning and or other pressure washing and roof cleaning. But always used downstreamers or X-Jets and made my pressure washer a soft washer. That way you can rinse faster, but then when you're getting to like a hardscape, you can still use it for pressure.
Man, yeah. Craig says, yeah, all the old guys tell me they get special prices. That's crazy. I never heard of that.
Maybe special prices, but I don't know about that.
Yeah. What is Victor asks, who use Widowmakers?
Oh, what's a Widowmaker?
Yeah, what is
that? If you know what a Widowmaker is in the comment before he responds, tell me what a Widowmaker is.
Oh, JP asked, why did you stop pressure washing?
Talking to me, I sold my company. So I moved from Wisconsin to North Carolina, and I didn't want to be an absentee owner. So I sold my company, started another one here, and had that for about a year. And I was like, I can't do this and sales and everything else. I was still a consultant for the last company too. So
yeah,
that's
a lot. That's a heck of a lot. Seeing if we missed anything here. Ever been on a Little Giant up high and realized only one of the latches things was in? I have not because I don't use them that much.
I have a Little Giant that is now sitting in a shed, but I had it forever and not one guy ever used it because the thing weighs as much as like a 40-foot ladder, but it's like 13 foot total.
That was my problem with it. It was just way too heavy.
The benefits just never, ever, 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 ever weighed out to like anything. Like, especially when you do what you do, as long as you do, like you learn tips and tricks to like make things work, like to carry one of those giant beastly heavy things around just.
Yeah. But you can do so much with poles too nowadays with all the new squeegees that have, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. One more last question here. Well, not last. If you guys want to ask some more, but oh shoot, I lost it here.
You see Roman? Did you see Roman's question? It might not be the. Maybe you get another one in your thing. But
Oh,
he's
go
got a
ahead.
good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, he says, I want to drop route work or route work. You know, residential's keeping him busy. Would you ever drop route and do just residential? I mean, I know you're mainly a residential company, but like, if you already had a route.
So drop route to do residential.
Yeah.
I wouldn't in my area because I'd always keep my route going due to that it helps during the winter times. So like I would never do that. So I just have days that I just never schedule homes on because they're full. So to have a mix of the two is nice. I would say that. But if you're doing really well in residential, you're in an area you can do residential all year long. You're making what you want to make there. I don't think there's anything wrong with it whatsoever.
Yeah. I really, really, really like diversifying. Like I did commercial pre-season. So pre-spring, pre-fall, there's my 6 months. I did route for the slow times, but it just rain, snow, whatever, it didn't matter. And then the house is filled in the busy times like a squirrel, you know. I liked the comfort of having like all of those things to kind of fall back in. Because I really, really did not like the middle of January when nothing's going on, you know, before I was doing like enough route where I just was like,
yeah,
like my brain and panic kicks in.
Right. Glass monkey window cleaning. What about a 4-foot ladder? I really do not use mine much at all. I find I use the 4-foot the least out of any of my ladders. I use the J2 a lot for anything that short. I like my 4-foot step ladder. I use that for a lot of stuff, actually. When, I don't know, if it's like an easy ranch and the windows just need that extra scrub, super easy. I use it inside of homes a lot. Yeah. I actually think on my van right now, probably the least that I actually use is my stacks. I have to say.
Yeah.
Use them a lot today, but yeah.
A 4-foot in my brain, like I guess I didn't really use a step stool. But like 4 foot doesn't seem tall enough unless I'm doing like transoms maybe or something. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Sean McNulty too. Sean McNulty's on here. He's a huge like commercial cleaner down in Denver, man. The guy does like 90-foot destroyer work all the time. Like that's his jam. Like imagine doing that all the time. That's what that guy does. Yeah. Insane.
Everybody's like, oh, can you clean windows at 90 feet? I said, you can. You'll hate life for like a week and a half.
You know what, though, I have to say about like that item in that if you're the type of personality that you just like get it and you're like, I'm going to do this, like I'm going to make this work. Every single time I've had a customer like that, like Sean, who just goes out there and does it, boom, you hear from them. They're happier than shit. They're like, it worked. The customer's happy. I had a guy who recently, there was a building where they were using rope work and they no longer wanted the guys looking in the windows. That's what they're saying. So the guy invested in a destroyer and he got all the buildings from this other company. Unfortunately for that company, but it was just due to that the maintenance company, they said they just do not want like people in the windows anymore, like at all.
That's nuts.
I've never heard that as a reason, but like that to me is crazy because it's like
one of the
put some blinds up.
Yeah, one of the biggest contracts I ever got was because the guys smelled. Like when they would go, they must have been smokers or something, but they would go into the offices to clean and they said the whole place would smell so bad that people would complain.
Yeah.
So I got 13 buildings off that deal.
Oh man. Damn. Better business income potential: soft washing, pressure washing, or window cleaning, solar panel cleaning. That is from Big Reds.
Ooh,
I would have to say, from what I've seen, I would think that pressure washing, soft washing would have a higher potential of earning than window cleaning, solar panel cleaning.
Potential earning, yes, but there's a lot more that goes into it. So I still really kind of liked window cleaning. I did both, but in pressure washing, like when your system goes down, you just are SOL. You don't clean. Like if my squeegee breaks, I grab another squeegee. You know, unless you got a bunch of gear sitting on you, it's really kind of difficult. Plus, you got chemical costs and cost of rebuilding stuff. So they do make a little bit more, but I think it's pretty darn close.
Yeah. Well, cool deal. Josh, you want to give us our outro?
I do. If you haven't yet, first off, subscribe to SteveO's YouTube channel because he loves subscribers. He loves them. So please subscribe. Thumbs up. Remember, if we can get to 200 likes, what, by next week this time?
No, and every other week, 200 likes. Yeah,
by 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this within 2 weeks of when the date at the bottom says, all you have to do is thumbs up the video, and we will give away a trad pole, retail value of $200
with a tip, 224.
If we get 200 likes, SteveO will give you the tip. That's what he said. I'm saying for the poll. For the poll, SteveO.
This show's gonna get taken down.
By the way, hashtag one clip. And remember, we have our weight off challenge going on now. So if you are Team Jersey, because you're right, then you can comment that. If you're Team SteveO, it's fine. It's whatever. Yes. SteveO. Yes. I heard you have a following, so I think people kind of like you. But yeah, either way, if you didn't know either, SteveO and I are both reps for windowcleaner.com, of course. So if you want a rep that is just absolutely awesome, give SteveO a call. If you want somebody who's second best at being cool, give me a shout. I do not weigh 265 pounds. And last thing is, if you haven't gotten a chance yet, shameless plug on my part, go to awcmag.com and get yourself a subscription, because why not?
I will add this. If I will have some stickers, and if you guys want one, and if you want to email me your just mailing address to SteveO@windowcleaningresource.com, I'm going to get in these. I'm just going to be sending them out for free, just as like a one-time kind of thing. But I'd be happy to send you one. So if you want that, just email me at SteveO@windowcleaningresource.com. Once I get them, I'll start mailing them out. But I haven't had stickers in almost 4 years, so I got some just to give them out. And I know a lot of people have been asking for them. So if you want that, I will get them out to you. You have one somewhere on there, but it is muddled in all those stickers.
Yes, I think it's
right behind all those cool kid stickers, right? Yeah. Way off to the side.
It's gonna rip if I pull it off, but I do have it.
We'll send you a new one. No worries.
Yeah. But cool. Right, guys, remember, thumbs up the video, subscribe, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
Peace.